What's going on, good people? Bungie released this big, old, just huge, freaking Lord of the Rings book worth of state of the game details for August 2023, and I read through all of it for you. So here we go, y'all. I hope you appreciate this. Alright, so ritual updates. With Season of the Deep, we've upgraded the weekly ritual challenge rewards to exotic engrams to give everyone consistent sources of materials to focus the exact armor that they want to run. In Season 22, we're updating those weekly ritual challenge requirements so players can complete their 9 challenges in any ritual playlist they like. Yes, you heard that right. We'll also be increasing the frequency of ritual engram drops after completing ritual activities, and we're making the latest ritual loot pool weapons focusable at their respective vendors at the start of the season for the first time. We're loading up on our ritual vendors with fresh weapons in Season 22, including the Unending Tempest Stasis Submachine Gun in Crucible, the Lunar Regolith 3 Solar Sniper and Strikes, Quazafan 5 Void Machine Gun in Gambit, and the Cataphracts GL3 Strand Grenade Launcher in Trials of Osiris, and more. Alright, let's keep on going. Alright, we have some exciting content coming to PvP this month that several teams have brought to life, as well as an update on our advances in game security to combat cheaters, a preview of upcoming sandbox shakeups, and more details coming next week. For Season 22, we have a new Vex network theme map debuting along with the new Relic 6v6 mode, the gunplay focused checkmate modifier for multiple modes, a new competitive Ascendant Division emblem, and more. Okay, that is a lot, y'all. Alright, so for the new PvP map, it's going to be called Multiplex, and this is what it looks like right here. This is what it looks like. Very Vexy. For our newest PvP battlefield, we wanted to create an asymmetrical map using a Vex environment as a backdrop that could work well for multiple game modes. Alright. And they're gonna add new modes, y'all. New modes, right? So Checkmate. Checkmate's gonna be a modifier where rich primary weapon fights can happen more often, and gun skill can be augmented by communication and strong positioning. Primary weapon damage will be tuned to feel different than the rest of the game without being jarring, reducing the gap between the faster killing weapons and the average time to kill, and in general pushing longer range primaries into slower killing profiles. Player health has been increased. All ability cooldowns are lengthened, and special ammunition must be earned via gameplay and is not dropped on death. This all results in slightly longer combat encounters that reward skill and consistency. Alright, so this is a modifier, not a mode, my bad. So Checkmate is one modifier. Checkmate will be available in Crucible Labs from week 5 to week 10 to test out, y'all. And then Relic. Relic is a 6v6 party mode where players wreak havoc and destruction on their foes with relic weapons. Relics include the Aegis from Vault of Glass, the Synaptic Spear from Season of the Risen, and the Scythe from the Season of the Haunted. Each player charges their personal relic by defeating opponents with their normal loadout. Upon reaching full charge, players can acquire a relic from a relic depot, defeating relic holders and using the relics to defeat opponents earns points for the team. Alright, sounds like they kind of went Halo-ish, with just a random type of game mode that sounds fun. Do y'all think that sounds fun on paper? Should be interesting, right? How do y'all feel about that? All right, matchmaking improvements. Our quest to constantly improve matchmaking is always ongoing. And in Season 22, we're modifying our loose skill-based matchmaking settings for Control and Iron Banner. These new settings will look to improve matchmaking times and experiences for players who find themselves at the upper or lower ends of the skill spectrum, and for those playing in low population regions or times. Okay, so looking further ahead now, y'all. We're planning to deliver a new Iron Banner mode for Season 23, along with a brand new Hake aggressive frame Strand Pulse Rifle as our newest competitive division weapon reward. The Mercurial Overreach Adaptive Frame Arc Sniper will remain available for competitors throughout Season 22. As a reminder, we're also focusing our map reprisal efforts on porting the Citadel from 2018 to the Crucible in Season 23. So we got a reprise map coming in Season 23, and y'all heard about the Vex map coming. Alright, moving on. Alright, more changes. Now for Vanguard. Vanguard medals will be available in Vanguard Ops and Nightfall starting in Season 22. After first being introduced in last year's Guardian games and their continued success in this year's event, we have decided to bring them in full time. Just reminds me of D1. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Medals will contribute to scoring, so know that. Some medals will remain Guardian game staples and not be available in our Vanguard playlist. Okay. We'll have additional battlegrounds coming into the Nightfall and Grandmaster Nightfall rotations in Seasons 22 and 23. Oh lordy. Alright, now for Gambit. While we don't have plans to dedicate more resources to significantly transform Gambit, we do have a few updates planned for the year of the final shape. These include porting the Cathedral of Scars map, this one right here, y'all remember this one? As well as adding the Shadow Legion and Lucent Hive enemy types. Okay, I know a lot of people out there, throwing up their middle fingers at Gambit. I've never hated Gambit. I like Gambit. The more modes we have, the better. Remember, if it don't fit you, it fits somebody else, right? So it's never good to hear that for any mode, they're gonna say that we don't have plans to significantly, do stuff for it. That's never good to hear. But I do wish that they would give Gambit and PvP, more importantly, a lot of love very soon, because they need it. We're also reducing the number of Gambit-specific seasonal challenges starting in Season 22. I know a lot of y'all gonna be happy for this one. Finally, we're adding Fireteam matchmaking to Gambit next season, which will replace the freelance node and should result in faster, better matchmaking by combining both Gambit playlists. Alright, and moving on now. Armor set rewards. At this time, we are amending our delivery plans for how often we refresh these sets and will no longer be creating a new set for every expansion. Okay. However, we are prioritizing the delivery of a new ritual armor set alongside the final shape. We also have a new armor set for Trials of Osiris releasing in just a few short weeks. Here's a preview of the Titan armor. Alright, check it out. It looks bear themed. Oh, it's a bear helmet. Check it out, y'all. What y'all think about that? I like the way they did that though. They're like, we're not making new ones, but hey, look at this shiny Trials armor. You think you slick. You think you slick, Bungie. I saw that. That's not good to hear either. You know what? I'll save my thoughts on that to the end. Alright. Game security. Game security is a big one. right? All of this was them saying what they've already done to help with cheaters and game security, you know, battle line, all that good stuff. And basically they say, what's next for security of Destiny 2? We will continue to evolve our prevention, detection, and banhammer capabilities, but these are just a part of our overall strategy to combat cheating efforts. Our legal team is also aggressively pursuing cheat makers across the globe in an effort to remove the source of cheat software before it is distributed. And they are legit on that. I will say that Bungie is legit about that. If you do some research, they have already sued some cheat makers and won. So they're not playing when it comes to that. All right, stability updates. Moving towards 7.2.0 Season 22 launch, we are beginning to do internal chaos testing using the new code we added and are already using that data to make more improvements in that update, as well as verify current fixes we have planned for the season. We do this As we do this work, we aren't just focusing on a claim system outlined in our roadmap. Our efforts also cover stability across all 50 plus services that help to make Destiny 2 run. These include taking a close look at our load balancing code, service to service communication code, internal message processing pipelines, and more. Alright, I know that was a lot of talk. Basically, what you need to know from that is they're trying to work on new code that's supposed to help mitigate downtime and like fix things as they happen instead of them having to do more to fix. They talked about that a little back in another twid. Alright, seasonal structure. As we mentioned back in February, we've been working behind the scenes to shake up the seasonal paradigm this year to subvert player expectations and make each season feel unique. Although we'll talk a bit more about this below, and you'll see it in action in our showcase, we're giving ourselves more freedom to stretch narratively and in gameplay systems throughout seasons 22 and 23. A preview of what's to come. Alright. Quality of life upgrades. Alright, y'all gonna want to hear this. Check it out. Cosmetic favoring. At long last, you'll be able to pin up to 100 of your favorite shaders, ornaments, and emotes to the top of the list starting in season 22. Stasis aspects and fragments will be moved to Elsie Braid to buy. Alright, so you won't have to earn it in that old crazy way. That's nice. And transmats will now be unlocked. So like shaders before them, transmats will now be stored as unlocks on your account rather than consumable items. Yep, they said that. Oh my gosh, these songs. Okay. In the wild. Yep, alright. We got that. So this is just a look at how that's all gonna work, y'all. See that look? Alright, Wish Ender. Alright, Wish Ender is also getting a change to the quest line. So in season 22, it's just gonna become a quest line. No more charged or uncharged discs sitting in your inventory. Just a single quest strand in your quest log. Alright, well, now we know. Alright, resources tab is gonna be added to collections. Alright, we now have a resources tab in the collections, which shows you all of the currencies, upgrade materials, and engrams in the game, appropriately categorized with information on how to acquire it, as well as what to do with it once you have it. That's what it's going to look like. And then Iron Banner challenges are going to be split. Starting in season 22, Iron Banner will have 2 different stacking challenges each day. One for players who just want their reputation multiplier, which does not require using specific seasonal subclasses, and one for players who are going after the pinnacle rewards, which does require using seasonal subclasses. Ritual rank ups immediately. Alright, y'all heard about this before if you've been keeping up with my weekly videos. We finally taken a step and made the rank up process immediately at the end of an activity. No more waiting for your rewards. Now they'll just show up right away in your loop stream. Alright, here we go with sandbox updates. At the start of season 22, we're adding 3 new strand aspects. The aspects will be Whirling Maelstrom for Hunter, Banner of War for Titans, and Weave Walk for Warlocks. Stay tuned for more info as we get closer to that season. Exotic Armor Reworks Part 2. The team is reworking another batch of underused exotic armor pieces in Season 22 to shake things up and give players a new reason to dive into the vaults. There'll be more details on that next week. New weapon subfamilies incoming. Looking further into the future, we'll be introducing some entirely new weapon subfamilies with the final shape. Tune into the showcase on August 22nd to get your first look at some of these in action. Alright, weapon tuning preview. You might know that we have a substantial shakeup coming to the weapon sandbox in Season 22 in the form of decoupling damage fall off from range. We'll share more details in the upcoming weapon balance update article, but for now, the high level goals are 1. Reduce the variance between the optimal engagement ranges of our mid-range weapons as auto rifles, pulse rifles, and hand cannons, and slightly reduce the average engagement range in Crucible by pulling in the maximum damage fall-off distances of many weapons. We also have Hand Tune, a small list of exotics and all special weapons with the intention of keeping them near where they are in the live game, as opposed to allowing them to receive outsized buffs or nerfs with these overarching changes. We'll share all the info of that in the upcoming Maelstrom preview article as well. Alright, in addition to this, we have a lot of other things to look forward to in Season 22. Hand cannons will see increased reload speeds and PvE damage buffs against minor and major enemies. Sword full power heavy attacks will be usable with any non-zero amount of sword energy, and Sword Guard is being buffed in several areas. Touch of Malice is getting some tweaks we think players will enjoy, and perks such as Bipod, Envious Assassin, and Over Under will become much more useful in Season 22. Alright, this was just like kind of a recap, them talking about what they want to do, what their goals are, and then there was some info in here. Alright, in just a few weeks, we're bringing back some of the best Destiny 2 content we've ever made with our new exotic mission rotator starting on day 1 of Season 22. Now, before y'all start thinking of the missions that y'all want to come back, hold on, alright? Don't get your hopes up. I did, and I'm disappointed. I'm not trying to bash it, I'm just saying. The rotation will kick off with the return of Presage to offer a new avenue for players to earn Dead Man's Tale, which will also be craftable for the first time. After that, Vox Obscura and Operation Seraph Shield will join the rotation, which hopefully there's some type of hope out there that we get 0 Hour and Whisper. That'd be nice. I'm just saying. But yeah, let's keep going. I'm sorry. Excuse my outburst, y'all. You know, I get worked up. Alright, while we've made the recent decision to push this initiative to the final shape, we have plans to replace some bounties with a more rewarding and engaging system tentatively called the Pathfinder. This is going to be debuted on a new destination in the final shape, and we're currently nailing down a plan for how we can use this new system to replace core ritual bounties in the new year. For now, here's a work in progress preview of the Pathfinder UI. Alright, so this is like, I guess you do a certain thing and then you go up, you do another certain thing and you keep doing that until you get what you want. What did I do? Oh, I messed up. All right, hold up, y'all. We're good. I was at the end anyway. All right, I'm so glad. That was literally the end. Okay. And feature will be the silver bullet for players who have never... Nope. Dungeons, yeah. Alright, so Season 2 will include new ways to experience key in-game moments in Destiny 2 history to help get millions of Guardians caught up for the confrontation with the Witness. In Season 23, our upcoming Fire Team Finder LFG feature will be the silver bullet for players who never had a full fire team to run endgame content before, including raids, dungeons, master level activities, and more. And in the final shape, we're making big changes to the progression system that will help to connect even more players and remove barriers, keeping friends from taking on the same content together. We'll have more info on that in the showcase. Oh boy, alright y'all, and that is everything. Good lordy. That is everything. So please hit the comments to help with the algorithm, but more importantly, to tell me how you feel about these things. I'll tell you my cons. I don't like the fact that they're like, they basically cop and they're like, hey, we're just not doing a bunch of stuff and we're gonna stop doing a bunch of stuff. But they do have a lot of good changes coming too. So yeah, that's just my thing. I'm never gonna really like that. I can understand they're trying to shift, but as we pay more and more for the game and they say we get less and less, that's never a good feeling. Never. So let's see what other things they bring in. Hopefully we'll see the other side of it and I'll be wrong. I would love to be wrong. I would love it. And as far as pros, I love the changes coming to quality of life. That's good. That's good. So tell me yours, please. And thank you for watching. Please drop a like. Please sub if these help. And I'll go get started on reading through the TWID video and get that out to y'all too. Today is really kicking my you know what. Love y'all and I'm out.